Welcome back for your December reading. I hope it's not echoing. Those of you who have been following me for the whole year and maybe even two, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You know, it's been beautiful working with you guys, especially my clientele. Those of you who are new, welcome, and I hope you stick around. There is at the moment availability if you do need emergency bookings in December. Now, the energy that's coming through with you guys financially, spiritually, there's two separate reads. One is this, and then you've got your general / love reading very separate. So you can pick and choose. Now, as for what I do have for you, if you do want it, there is a quick look into the 12-month energy, and it's going to have aspects of astrology, etc., and it's purchasable via the website. The energy in your reading that's coming through is, the first thing as I was shuffling the cards, was this energy that you've really been working very hard. You've really been applying your energy. You've had a lot of balls in the air, and you've had to be super responsible, okay? Which is very natural within your own frequency. Regardless of what's been going on external to you, it feels very responsible energy, so to speak. You can be dealing with a contract, and some of you are looking at, you know, is it balanced, especially during the Venus retrograde period. So it may have been that you really had to work very hard. And I don't know why I see aspects of burdens that you are handling, but how do I put it? It's been hard work, and you may be feeling that you're not going to be as busy as you think you are during the silly season, but I'm actually feeling you guys are probably going to be a little bit more busy. I've got a lazy eye going at the moment. It's driving me nuts. It's all this concentration. Now, as for that energy, you've got two ways of looking at it and two energies coming through for you personally. You do have the aspect that it's beyond belief, you know, your progress, your transformation, etc. But you've got the other aspect as well, where you need that time out. So do keep the balance there. And I do feel it is about, you know, justice in a sense of give yourself a break. Like, you've done an amazing job, you know, in your career. It maybe you've really been, you know, believing in yourself, getting yourself back out there, moving forward, and you've been responsible, connected to it. Now, even from the aspect of financial gain, I feel there's more to come. Now, the obstacles at the moment, it may be that you're in sales. It can also be you're in marketing or aspects connected to that. It can be that you guys, for some of you, might be looking at a home and wanting to sell it. But it's don't sell yourself short, number one, but selling yourself, so to speak. Now, it may be that selling yourself in general has been exhausting, but you're being responsible in that energy. And it can be a balancing act, really. Now, what you can do about it is, you know, any regrets, just meditate upon them and move beyond it. But look at the regrets, because they're actually tools, even at a simple financial level or a pathway endeavor. If you feel that you have a lot more to offer and that you're being responsible, but you're just not getting the results you feel, then I feel as though if you're looking at it differently and you take the negative and turn it into a positive, it's going to go to your benefit. So it's almost like lessons are blessings moving into 2019. And if you believe that progress can happen, it's actually going to happen for you. Now, what you're not seeing is, in general, we do have delays. And of course, because we're moving towards Christmas and New Year's, you know, getting yourself out there becomes complicated. So again, I am going to release these readings ahead of time. So if you're needing to network and market, which can be very separate for some of you, in relation to getting a job during the silly season, having this warning ahead of time and looking at it from a different avenue, you may have the time to actually do something in relation to what you're physically not seeing. Now, what is going to happen is some of you may leave one position and go to another that is going to create more balance. Financially, the books are going to start balancing. Things are going to move forward. Be cautious about certain areas. I'll look through week by week. I've got a 4-week kind of energy that I'm going to tune into in a minute. Now, the other way as well is the obstacles can be ambitions. So it may be they're there temporarily in a sense of, you know, the type of work you're doing, how you're applying yourself. Sometimes when we're dormant in a job or there's lack of movement, what can happen is it can create a dream where we're restricted to the point where we say, I no longer wish to be in this frequency. I'm going to serve justice upon myself to a point I accept this frequency and say, hey, enough is enough. This is what I want. I'm going to believe in myself and I'm going to move forward. I'm responsible. I'm taking accountability for that vibration and that emotion, or the financial books, you know, however it's directly connecting for you personally. Now, what you can do is address the conflict. So any conflicts you're having in the workplace or with your finances and the blocks connected to it, have a good look at it, especially during, you know, the time out. And you'll find moving closer to New Year, you're going to have a bit more quiet time. You might feel a bit sluggish, but it's going to give you the clarity to have a really good look over 2018. Now, some of you might feel super exhausted, but I feel you guys like the ball moving. So it's energy. What you're not seeing, against adversity, you're going to have courage. Now, for some of you that are working over the silly season, I see you being busier than you thought, as well as any actions, anything you've missed. You need to really not criticize yourself for it, not get into the mindset of, gee, why did I do that? Why did I miss that point? I feel it's connected to you physically needing some time out. So in a busy session, especially if you're working, say, similar to this, media, have a bit of time out so that you can get to the point you can, you know, replenish your energy, get grounded. Some of you might even be thinking, do I want to go see family? You know, it depends on how it fits for you personally, emotionally connected to this. Now, your first week, movements, perseverance, discipline, and motivation, which is interesting because this is base chakra, which is family related. So it might be you may need to, and some people can't directly connect on that given date, be it New Year's or Christmas. They can't. You know, it can be proximity, it can be conflict that we've had. Now, being grounded and having some time out may mean that, yes, okay, being responsible is humble, and, you know, really wanting justice, but it can be fiery, passionate energy as well. Take action, but keep the base chakra grounded when interacting, especially with spending financially. It can be spending directly for family in the first week. Now, the second week, it can be you have a knock energetically when it comes to finances, conflicts at work, or miscommunication. Now, I'm seeing it may be cross wires, not speaking to people, taking accountability. Who's going to take accountability? Because it's in your mind, but it's connected to your abundance and things that you're passionate about, your money, your career. And sometimes things might fall on your shoulders, but then you're feeling that, hey, the balance needs to happen. And especially when it comes to, you know, wrong decisions or bad luck due to confusion and lack of clarity and fatigue and just overwhelmed with burdens, really, okay? Now, your passion, there is a spark of an idea, and it's going to be more playful, happy, romantic energy, where the time out will be an enjoyable time by the time we reach the silly season. And it's going to replenish your chakras and your energy at a financial level, at a manifestation to which way you want to go with your career. And I keep seeing paperwork everywhere. I just keep seeing paperwork. It can be for some of you emails, and it feels very confused energy. You're going to be more passionate in the last week, and it can be that some of you actually, yeah, you're enjoying the time out, but the time out's benefited that. And it's bringing back an energy where you're going to believe in yourself, connected to your finances, your career, your forward movement, and everything you've learnt. And you're like, you know what, adios 2018, I'm out of here. Now, the tools you have to deal with these week by week energies based on the chakras. Okay, a connection to a romantic connection may be actually helping you. This can be a love interest. It can be something you're directly passionate about, or it can be family members. And the first card is base chakra, which is all connected to, you know, family and connections. Your self-esteem as well. Again, it may be family are directly impacting it. Love and light. Your passions, again, can be also in a loving way, giving and receiving and balance and justice. Financially, give and take, you assessing that factor connected to work, really owning that frequency to transform that for the new year. You being passionate about it means you're coming from it from a different perspective, from a learned education point of view of, okay, I might not be able to change other situations, but I can change the way I'm going to go direct to it. Am I going to sell myself? Am I going to cut myself short? Now, I don't think it's really connected to that. I feel it's more, you've got passion, you're wanting to get back to work. Be in the energy with the time out, because it's giving you a download it is connected to money, but it's going to give you some clarity connected to money. Some of you have been working because there has been external conflict, so that not as much, okay, this is a separate message. Some of you have been working to avoid getting in the mind connected to what's transpired. That's one particular message coming through. If that's so, the forced energy of the last 2 weeks, it can get you to the point that you're getting into your head, and it's releasing a frequency and opening the door up so that you can believe in a brighter future. So it is benefiting at a very separate level to finances, but it is because it's going to impact in a beautiful way your career, your money, and you know, your health connected to dealing with those dynamics, your mindset connected to dealing with these areas. What is supporting you? Whoever has stuffed you over it's given you some passion, okay? So if a workplace was, you know, not coming through for you, or maybe you were saying that everything was okay, but, you know, you're not, it's going to show you. So what hinders you grows you. The guidance. Sit within the intuition of indecision. The timeout's going to give you that, to give you the clarity. Sometimes when we're all rushing, problem. And I'll tell you, I've had plenty of them lately. Breaking it down, which is what I've had to do. Writing a plan, simplifying. Sometimes when you've got so much information retention inside the brain, that when you're adding new relevant information, it can take some time, like a sponge, to absorb, because you're doing 1,000 tasks, guys, in your head. You're meticulous in the way you deal with things. You can miss things financially. We would not like to admit it, but the fatigue I'm sensing energetically is because of that, not because of your inadequacy. So have some time out. Look after yourself. Don't panic. Breathe. Aries will say, I don't panic. I know you don't, but you're a huge perfectionist. Beautiful work ethic. Very connected to family. So look after yourselves. If you want to, you can go have a look at the love reading. Otherwise, if you're new, welcome. And love and light. And I'll see you soon during the month for the live sessions. Otherwise, I'll see you in the new year.